Hello, I'm Stephen Fulkerson of the Fulkerson Law Office, and since most of Illinois has just finished paying the first installment of their property tax bills, I figured I'd take a moment to remind everyone of the property tax exemptions that are available to them. First up is the general homestead exemption. This exemption can be applied to any property that is occupied by the homeowner as their primary residence. This is an annual exemption that will auto-renew every year. Also available for the homeowner is the homestead improvement exemption. This exemption allows a homeowner to do up to $75,000 in improvements or repairs to their home without realizing a tax increase for up to 4 years. Next up, we have a couple of exemptions that are available for our senior citizens. First is the senior citizen homestead exemption, which is available for properties that are owned and occupied as a primary residence by a homeowner who is over the age of 65 years old. This is an annual exemption that will auto-renew every year, plus it can be combined with your general homestead exemption. Also available for senior citizens is the Senior Citizen Assessment Freeze, which is available for properties that are owned and occupied by senior citizens having a combined household income of $65,000 or less. This exemption won't necessarily lower your taxes, but it will prevent them from going up because it, as the name implies, freezes your assessed value of your home. Your home's property taxes will not go up as property values increase. However, if you do make improvements on your home or the government raises property tax rates, you can still see a tax rate increase. This exemption will also need to be reapplied for every year. There are also several exemptions available for homeowners who have a disability. Unlike the general exemptions that we discussed previously, a homeowner is only entitled to receive one disability exemption in any given tax year. First is the homestead exemption for persons with a disability. This exemption is available for any property that is owned and occupied as a primary residence by a homeowner who is suffering a disability preventing them from engaging in any substantial gainful activity by reason of a medically determinable impairment. To receive this exemption, you will need to prove the disability to the assessor's office, and you will need to renew each year by filing an annual verification. Similarly, there is also a standard homestead exemption for veterans with disabilities. This exemption is available to any property that is owned and occupied as a primary residence by a veteran who suffers from a service-connected disability certified by the VA of being at least 30%. The amount of this exemption will depend upon the percentage of the disability that is certified by the VA. This exemption will need to be reapplied for every year unless the VA certified it at 100%. The unremarried surviving spouse of a veteran who was disabled but is now deceased can continue to claim this exemption on their primary residence or transfer it to a new residence provided that this exemption had been granted to the veteran previously. Also available for veterans is the Veterans with Disabilities exemption for specially adapted housing. This exemption can be applied to any home that is owned and occupied as a primary residence by a veteran with a disability who has used federal funds to purchase or construct the specially adapted housing. This exemption is valid for as long as the veteran, the spouse, or the unremarried surviving spouse reside on the property. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.